When I found out about this story right here, I said this is definitely going to be a very interesting petty Pendergrass production. Now, usually when I do these videos, I kind of go off of what the article or whatever the source is, and I just kind of give my own take on it. But this time, I'm actually going to do something I rarely do when it comes to these videos, and that's actually read the article, because this story right here is so interestingly funny that I don't even want to leave out the slightest detail. So before I get into the actual article itself, let me set the tone. This man's name in this picture is Brian Kofaj. And late last year, he set up a GoFundMe in order to fund building the wall. And he had people contribute to it, and the goal was to reach $1 billion, or a little over $1 billion. The GoFundMe page reached $22 million as of late, but he put on the page that he was going to let people know what was going on with the money and the funds if the goal was not reached by a certain time. And y'all can pretty much guess what went on from there, but I'm gonna stop right there and read the article for itself, because I'm telling you, this thing is too funny. It says a December fundraising campaign brought in more than $20 million over the course of a few weeks. It's thousands of donors united by a common goal: the construction of a wall along the US-Mexico border, oft promised by President Donald Trump. Some 4 months later, a contingent of those supporters is ready to see what their money has built. The now famous border wall GoFundMe was conceived by Purple Heart recipient Brian Kofaj, who wrote at the time he was upset by too many illegals taking advantage of the United States taxpayers in the political games from both parties when it came to border security. Kofaj, a triple amputee, pressed onward despite falling short of his $1 billion goal, launching a nonprofit to build portions of the wall on private land for a fraction of what it cost the government. While the majority of donors continue to believe in Kofaj's efforts, the nonprofit's clandestine operations and assurances of progress are insufficient for others. Some have taken to social media seeking photos, videos, anything for evidence that they aren't being misled. I am very disappointed in you, Brian Kofaj. Where are the progress photographs? One woman posted to the We Build the Wall Facebook page. Quit talking about it and do it, another commented. I've been away for 5 months, one person tweeted in April. When's the groundbreaking? Reporting on the apparent lack of progress on the private wall published early Friday by the Daily Beast drew criticism from Kofaj. The veteran called out the story's author, Will Summer, who indicated he'd repeatedly asked Kofaj for proof they were close to a groundbreaking. OMG, this is perfect timing by the liberal rag news site. They are about to look more stupid than at Hillary Clinton on election night 2016, Kofaj wrote. I guarantee we would build the wall, and I'll leave it at that. Kofaj did not respond to an email and message from the Washington Post requesting comment Friday. While the nonprofit has floated various groundbreaking dates in the past, it's not exactly clear when or if construction will begin. By now, I think y'all are figuring out what's going on here. We should be turning dirt on this thing by May 1st, June 1st at the latest, according to our experts. Now notice May 1st has passed. Kofaj told Political in February in a March 21st interview with American Family Radio. However, the veteran asserted that they were going to start breaking ground in April. In the interview, Kofaj said his nonprofit had identified 8 locations to build along the border, but failed to name them, stating that his efforts could be thwarted by liberals if they were revealed. I wish I could name where it's at, but we can't name it because of the ACLU, these other liberal groups who want to sue us and impede our progress. But it's actually happening. The process is happening. The project is moving forward. He continued, as soon as we start breaking ground, we'll be putting out the information to show the American people what they're doing. Kofaj has previously indicated that We Build the Wall Incorporated seeks to build segments of the wall on private property, which he told the Washington Post in January will cost $2 million to $3 million per mile. His GoFundMe says he's visited the border to scope out potential sites and negotiated with private landowners. Kofaj has also enlisted the help of several high-profile politicians, among them former White House chief strategist Stephen Bannon and Chris Kobach, the former Secretary of State for Kansas, who sits on the group's advisory board. Back in January, Kofach told the New York Times that they'd hopefully be breaking ground within weeks. Some critics noted Kofach was accused of shady behavior in the past, including allegations of misusing funds he'd raised. NBC and BuzzFeed investigations earlier this year alleged that Kofach peddled false articles and conspiracy theories with the intent of harvesting reader email addresses. The purported scheme would draw people back to his websites and Facebook pages, generating hundreds of thousands in advertising revenue. Facebook removed several of the pages he operated last year, according to NBC, in a purge of pages that were used to drive traffic to their websites. In a response, Kofach created a new campaign, Fight for Free Speech, which also accepts donation. BuzzFeed looked into Kofach's previous crowdfunding efforts, which included an initiative to mentor wounded veterans at military hospitals, among them Walter Reed and Brooke Army Medical Center. He raised thousands for the project, according to BuzzFeed, but spokespersons for the medical facilities told the outlet they have no record of him working at the hospitals or donating any money. Asked about the story in January, Kofach told the Post that BuzzFeed 100% lied and had fabricated the investigation to slander him. He said the money was raised to cover his travel expenses and that he only used them for that purpose. On Friday, many supporters of Kofach called the Daily Beast story fake news intended to stymie donations. We Build the Wall occasionally replied in agreement, reassuring commenters the wall was on its way. This is what we call fake news, they wrote in a post. We didn't stop anything and we are full steam ahead. The wall is being built as of Friday night. The group said there'll be great breaking ground shortly. I hope y'all understand what this really is saying right here. In a separate comment, one woman indicated she'd heard enough, saying it doesn't get it done. She wrote late Friday, just do it. So basically what you have learned, ladies and gentlemen, is that this guy created a GoFundMe account, called it We Build the Wall, and he knew when to do it. He knew when to strike. Because see, while white people or Trump supporters may get on code for Trump and everything that he says, that's a weakness that they have. So this guy preyed on that weakness, created this GoFundMe account, raised all this money, $22 million out of $1 billion that was supposed to be raised. Let me tell the Trump supporters out there listening, because I know y'all troll my channel, that wall ain't coming, at least not through that GoFundMe. Y'all just basically made this veteran, this war vet, $22 million richer. You're not getting anything. It was an empty promise. That is so funny to me. You know what? Maybe we should create a GoFundMe account and call it the Keep Trump in Office Forever campaign. Do you realize we would probably get our reparations, or at least a good portion of it, out of that? If they can fund something like that blindly, imagine what we could do if we was to create something like that. We would just have to put a white face in front of it because they know they wouldn't believe it coming from a black face. This is so funny to me. This is hilarious to me. He fooled all of them. But the thing is, he's still out there doing what he's doing. And when I was reading another article, it was saying that back in 2014, that's when all those misusing of funds came into play. But they said that they pretty much tossed everything out. So you really don't know exactly where it all came from or how much exactly. But the fact of the matter is, this guy is a scammer and he got them good. And I don't think they're going to be able to get that money back. That's why he keeps delaying it over and over again. He says it was in April, then it's going to be May, then it's going to be June. Let me tell you something right now. This is not happening whatsoever. Y'all got. And it's so funny to me because y'all are not getting a shred of that money back. Not a penny, not a nickel, a dime, a quarter, a $50, a dollar bill, $5, all the way up to $100 bills. You're not getting that back. Y'all made this man a multi-millionaire because you wanted a daggone wall. But you know, that doesn't surprise me because that's how 45 got in office. All they heard was deportation and build the wall. I specify that all the time from the time he won the election back in 2016. That is all they heard, and that's what he played on. And he knew if he created this that people would donate, and it worked like a charm. The guy's a professional scammer. Y'all just made this man and his family millionaires. He can stop this anytime he wants, but he's going to keep it going to save face and to see if he can get more money. They said now on that GoFundMe page, all he's talking about is immigration and something that really doesn't have too much to do with the wall. He knows what he's doing. I'm sure it's probably going to catch up with him eventually, but you just got to laugh at it. It's funny to me. Like, I hope y'all I hope y'all had a good laugh at this, because I could not wait to talk about this. Like when I first heard about this, I said, I can't wait to get home and do a commentary about this, because this was too funny to me. I was laughing at it just from the title. And speaking of titles, allegedly, quote unquote, he took $1 million of that money that he received and has put it towards a yacht. That was the latest thing that I heard. It wasn't covered in this article because it wasn't an updated article. But from what I heard in an article that I did see, it said he put it towards a yacht. Now that's just alleged, but I would not be surprised if he did put a down payment on a yacht, or if he paid for one flat out from that money. So you're basically paying for his new lifestyle. Congratulations, you all have played yourselves. Anybody who donated to him, that is, you all played yourselves. You should give yourselves a big round of applause. This is funny. This is hilarious to me. This is what being on Cole gone wrong, I mean drastically wrong, means. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this down in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, and I will talk to you in the next one.